forever.
We dream so colorful. Oh, we love so strong. The world is relentless, the city won't sleep. It hardens your soul, brings you to your knees. But we can face it all.
Forever.
Our backs against the wall. It seems impossible, but there's nobody else I want by my side to stand in with me to take this fight through the rise and fall. With our fearless hearts, we could beat the odds, and we could live for 1,000 years. We could be legends if we all go down. If our time is now, we could let everyone know we were here. We could be legends.
We can live forever.
What's up guys, JNO here and welcome to the first in the Fantasy Football Fantasy Premier League series.
Our backs against the wall. It seems impossible, but there's nobody else I want by my side to stand in with me to take this fight through the rise and fall. With our fearless hearts, we could beat the odds, and we could live for 1,000 years. We could be legends if we all go down. If our time is now, we could let everyone know we were here. We could be legends.
We can live forever.
What is up, guys? We are live. What is up, and welcome to FPL Today Live. Second day in a row. Can you actually believe it? I'm doing it twice in a row. I haven't hyped this one up as much. I didn't put any video out beforehand, didn't tweet about it earlier or anything like that. I just felt like having a chat with some of you guys that would be available. So, you know, here we are. Welcome back to everyone that was here yesterday. Welcome to anyone that is new to the channel. FPL is finally live. It is dropped. It dropped around 10, 11, and I managed to get a decent ID. If you don't know, a lot of people rush to try and get a lower ID, so that, I don't know, so they can brag that they're one of the first ones to make a team. There's really no reason for it. But I've got 812, I think, was my ID number. Not that I was sitting there refreshing, just I saw someone on Twitter go, the game's live, so I rushed over. So today, all we're going to do really is just have a chat about the game. I'm sure a lot of you have already started to pick your sides. Can answer some questions about sides if you have any. You can also have a look at my side, I guess. I should really have that ready, but I've jumped on quickly because I need to go bed at some point. So I may not be on for as long as yesterday. In fact, I know I won't be on as long as yesterday. I will be on for maybe an hour, and then I really should go to bed. But who knows, you guys may be able to keep me on a little bit longer. Alright, so who is in the chat? We've got Ayush Falur. First one in there, well done, mate. Tommy Plays is also there. Hello, Tommy. We've got Devjit. He is back. Hally Khan. A lot of people come back to the stream. Thank you very much, guys. Max Cretian. I think that's a new one. I didn't see you yesterday, Max. Welcome to the stream. Owen Boyles is back. A lot of you coming back. I might have to do this quite regularly then, if I've got time to, of course. I'll probably... Friday will be the next one if I can. It won't be tomorrow because I've got videos to make, you know. Got the editing game to get on with and 30 days of FPL to provide for. This may replace videos every now and again, but ideally I want to make all the videos and then also add the streams to it. Who else we got in the chat? We got Nathan Jr. How are you doing, mate? We have Nick Wright's Conscience. I don't think you were here yesterday. Alright, mate. Nick Wright's Conscience, by the way, if you didn't know, he seems to know what he's talking about. I've seen a lot of his comments. They all make sense. So Nick Wright's Conscience is definitely one to listen to. Look, Nick Wright already wants to see my team. We've got Crow Chelsea as well in the chat. James Hyde. Innocent Munimo from Johannesburg. We're going international today. Alright, so Tommy wants to know I have 8 million for a striker. Who shall I get? Well, do you guys want to see my team first? Shall we go through my team first? We can have a look. This, of course, is a draft, so don't judge. Initially, I just clicked auto pick because I wanted a low number. But we shall now have a quick look at my team. So there we go, fellas. You can start rinsing me in the chat if you want. What I noticed is trying to get Harry Kane and Alexis Sanchez in this team is a blimmin' nightmare. Literally, I did manage a draft with Sanchez and Kane in, but I only had 4.5 million defenders and my midfield didn't feel very balanced at all. This side, I'm not really that happy with it. I feel like Lukaku and Jesus, they're both good options. Excuse me, a bit of win there. Long, I want a Southampton player because their fixtures are quite good. And it may be that Redmond comes in for Knockout. But Knockout looks good value at 6 million, which is why he is in the side. I cannot see the chat right now, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm not responding to anything in the chat. I'm literally just looking at my side. Got Lindelof because he seems decent value for a Man United defender at 5.5. There are probably better options, but they're more expensive. Luke Shaw, I think, is 5 million. So if he actually proves that he could be a first-team player, then he might be one to look at. Hennessy and Foster, they're both 4.5. We'll look at the transfer lists in a bit as well. Mane, I think he's the best Liverpool midfielder if he's fit and ready to play. De Bruyne, I feel like I needed more Man City coverage. Dele Alli at 9.5. That is the one I'm happiest with. I think Dele Alli at 9.5 could potentially be a must-have because he's cheaper than De Bruyne and he scored more points last season. But that is my team, so I will now go back to the chat and see what you guys think. Hopefully you've not rinsed my team too much. But I've tried to go for balance first. I may change that, of course, but who knows. Alright, 26 people watching now. Hello to anyone new. If you haven't said hello in the chat, go ahead and say hello. Sandro Ramirez seems to be a popular choice at the moment. I need to see him through pre-season. Not sure Everton attackers would be a great choice early on in the season, personally. Would you rate drafts? That is something I will do in the streams. So give me 1 second, Ayush, and I'll tell you how you can do that. The best way anyway. We'll try and figure out other ways to do it if not everyone can do this. Achilles says our teams look alike. You look great live, man. I think I look better in my videos. The lighting's better, the camera is better. I use this camera. It's Panasonic Lumix. Yeah, it's upside down though. That would help if I put it the right way around. So yeah, it does 1080p, all that kind of good stuff. It has the flip screen so I can see what I'm filming. Even says selfie on the front for some reason. I wish it didn't. But yeah, so all the videos are done on that. This is on my C920, which still decent quality, especially live. By the way, let me know in the chat if the stream quality is bad in any way. Hopefully the volume is good. Hopefully live, everything's streaming all right. So yeah. But that is a bit of a behind the scenes. You've seen some behind the scenes stuff on stream. Tommy Plays has Lukaku, Jesus, Lindelof, Knockout. So yeah, we've got some similar players, it looks like, me in the chat. Good evening, Justin Grierson. Justin Grierson, guess what? The game's live. I betrayed Tom Heaton. He was in my initial draft. Don't worry. I'm having a night away from Tom Heaton. He's 5 million though. I mean, I suppose I could get him in if I just knocked down the price of someone. But, I mean, I don't really want to spend 5 million on a goalkeeper. It's not my usual strategy. It's either strategy or heart here, I'm thinking. Wow, I'm getting hate in the chat for cheating on Tom Heaton. To be honest, I didn't even realise. And we have a new subscriber who is an old subscriber, I think. He just wants to see his name pop up in the chat. Achilles Zarakovic has joined the FPL. That should have changed. That should say the FPL fam. And clearly my little subscriber update thing here is covering part of the graphic that shows when someone subscribes. Are you planning on using a wildcard early? Probably first international break I will use my wildcard max. It's my general strategy. Owen Bowles team, Begovic, Cedric, Macaulay, Trippier, Bertrand, Pedro, Zaha, Ali, Firmino, Kane and Lukaku. I like that. Your forward line's very strong. And you've got a strong midfielder there. Your bench must be quite weak, I'm imagining. But who needs a good bench at the beginning? Am I doing FPL draft? There's a plan for the FPL draft, Lord. Welcome to the chat. But I'm not sure how I'm going to do it with everyone involved in the community, or in my community. Goblin Crusher, everything looks good, man. Stream looks good, man. Thanks. I may even be able to up the bit rate, but I don't want to push it. Tommy Plays thinks Walters is a good pick. He's a midfielder in the game. He could definitely be an out of position possibility there. Just tuned in to Mr. Chat. Oh, there's been loads of chat. I can't remember. These streams are actually going really well, considering. I think Heaton may do even better without Keane, Nick, purely because now he doesn't have someone stopping more chances being shot at him, so he can get even more save points, but we shall see. I think Pickford might be a good choice with an Everton defence in front of him with the opening fixtures. Maybe not long term, though. Crow Chelsea, he's a Tom Heaton man as well. We got a lot of Tom Heaton men in the chat. Thoughts on Milner's value for money? I think if you can afford it when you get your team value up, Milner might be a great choice. And we have a new subscriber. I don't recognise the name. So, Kostas Hazra, welcome to the channel. I do believe you are new. So, welcome. So, yeah, Milner, I think there may be a better option. You always have to keep your eye out. Because although I was with Alonso for most of last season, Cahill was cheaper and scored roughly the same points. Maybe with more games, but there could be a better option than Milner. Also depends on who else Liverpool bring into the side. Lloris or De Gea. Tottenham have a good record defensively for quite a few seasons, but Man United did up their defensive game, so who knows? That's a toss-up for me, to be honest. I mean, my gut says Lloris, but I think De Gea is just as good a keeper, even better a keeper. I just feel like Tottenham's defence is more secure. Is Sane worth a punt? I think Sane is probably one of the better midfield options, to be honest. I don't see him getting rotated as much as the other guys. Alonso 7 million, yeah, wow. 7 million for a defender just does seem too much. I think Baines hit that height after a good season as well. De Gea and Forster have great... You're absolutely right, Goblin Crusher. I wanted to get Forster into the side. Zayn Halabi has just joined the FPL Today family. By the way, if you want me... At the moment, everything's good. But if you want me to really see your question, there's something called Super Chat. If you Super Chat, your question will be answered straight away. But it's basically you donating however little you want to donate. It can be a penny, I think. But it just means your question gets bumped right in front of me. So... feel free to do that if you want. You don't have to, though, because right now, 31 people, we're getting through the questions. What I want to do is I will be doing live streams where I do just rate teams. So, ideally, I want to... Today, because it's one of the first ones, I'll rate people's teams quickly. But I want to do a live stream where I literally just sit there and look at teams and rate them, like, properly. Maybe even, like, spend 2-3 minutes on each team. So, the way we'd do that is probably using Twitter. So let me know in the chat if everyone here has Twitter, and we'll make up a hashtag, and then I'll literally just look through the hashtag and rate teams. So that is how I want to do it in the future. We've not got it set up today, but the hashtag would probably be FPL Today Live, I imagine. But we shall see. That's something we can look at moving forward. My team: Foster, Lindelof, Cedric, Macaulay, Daniels, Mane, Mkhitaryan, Bernardo Silva, Lukaku, Jesus, Sandro, bench, knockout ward. That looks a decent side, Tommy. I like the look of that side. I mean, the thing is, we don't have to get too obsessed with it, do we? Because if we think about it, realistically, so much is going to change during pre-season. There's still players that are going to be transferred in, so who knows? But Palace defence, any idea? Not right now. Tompkins looked decent value, if memory serves me correctly. Devjit. Van Arnholt can come up with big points, but he's probably more expensive because of that. Can I say my players again? I can bring it up on screen again, Jafar. So what we'll do is... There we go. So that is my team. I'll read it out as well, just in case you're only listening. We got Ben Foster, Wayne Hennessy, Cedric, Lindelof, Francis, Pennington. Pennington will probably change for whichever Everton defender seems most likely to take Coleman's position. We've got Norton, We've got De Bruyne, Mane, Knockaert, Ali, Tom Carroll, Shane Long, Gabriel Jesus and Lukaku, and that is all of my money spent. I want Sanchez and I want Kane because then you can downgrade. But it's a struggle to fit him in and get a decent balanced side. So that is why I don't have them at the moment. If I can figure out a way to do it and have what I consider a balanced side, then maybe I will. But that is a strategy, is to pick the expensive players, and you can always downgrade when you watch the season begin. Okay, Zaha, any good for the first 3 game weeks? What are his fixtures? Let's have a quick look. Crystal Palace. I mean, I like Zaha. If you listen to the FF Surgery podcast, which I am a semi-regular guest on, I was on there I think 4 times last year. I wrote the book on Zaha. I bigged up Zaha before he had a great return of points. Coming in at 7 million though, that bump in price doesn't make him as appealing as last season. But first 3 fixtures, Huddersfield at home is a great early fixture. Liverpool away. Liverpool historically struggle against weaker sides, so he could get points in there. And then Swansea at home, that's a decent first 3 fixtures. And then if you did keep him for game week 4, he's got Burnley, and then 5 he's got Southampton. But then it does get difficult with City, United and Chelsea, 6, 7 and 8. Yedlin a starter? No idea. I'm not going to lie to you, I don't know yet. Pre-season will hopefully shed some light on that. Casper Perry. Casper Perry, I don't believe I saw your name yesterday, so welcome to the stream. Greetings from Somaliland. Would Lukaku start as first 11? I imagine so. I can't see Lukaku not starting. Goblin Crusher agrees with me, apart from Liverpool. Zaha has good fixtures. We got Mohamed Badway. It's got De Gea, Cedric Simpson, Holding, Redmond, Sane, Coutinho, Ericsson, Jesus. I don't like Gale. Everyone's going Dwight Gale could be a good third striker. He's been in the Premier League before and he's not done a good job. I just don't see Dwight Gale. I would imagine Rafa Benitez wants to improve on Dwight Gale. So, yeah. I can't imagine Dwight Gale being the best third striker option. Okay, so we have Ayush Falur, my squad, Heaton. You've stayed loyal. Well done. I struggled to do that. 4 million dude. He doesn't need a name. You're not going to put him in the side, are you? Lascelles, Lowe, Cedric, Lindelof, Coutinho, Sanchez, Ali, Moy, Loftus-Cheek, Kane, Ayew, Jesus. That's something I'm interested in. Who thinks Loftus-Cheek is the best cheap 5th midfielder? And then who thinks Tom Carroll? Because there's quite a few debates about that. So I'd be interested in hearing what people have to say on that one. Jordan Ayew, I'm assuming that is, playing up front. He could be a great shout. But so could Tammy Abraham. We need to see who gets picked. Justin Grierson, sorry, I've already answered this question, but we're surprised with Kane's price. I thought it'd be a lot more. I thought it'd be more. I'm kind of glad it isn't as high as I thought it would be, Justin, but I'm still struggling to fit him into my side. We are almost up to 40 people in the stream, so welcome anyone that's joined, that's new, that I may not have seen. Jonathan Chung, my team, Foster, Lindelof, Cedric, Zaha, Pogba, Sane. All of those are good players. I'm assuming you've got some weaker players surrounding them, though. Thoughts on Lacazette? I think Lacazette could have a great start, mate. Lord 11. But I want to see a bit more of him before I make that jump and go with him over someone that I have seen in the Premier League, if that makes sense. I like Long as a first striker. Fixtures are good at the start. We need to know who the first striker is. That's the problem. Is it Gabbiadini, Austin, or Long? I don't know, but Long was 6 million. That's why he kind of went in there. I'm a new subscriber from Iraq. Hello, Jafar Assam. Welcome to the channel. We've got a great group of lads here, so get chatting in the chat. It doesn't have to just be me chatting to you guys. You can chat to each other. I've noticed some of you answer each other's questions. That is what I want to build here with the streams. A lot more relaxed. I'm not going to be as highly edited as I am in the videos. You probably noticed I sometimes stumble over my words. I cut all of that out of the actual show. Is there a better option than Lascelles as a 4th defender? Let's have a look at Lascelles' price. 4.5. I mean, he's a good option if you're going for a Newcastle defender. But I mean, all of them are 4.5. Yedlin, if he plays, I know he can have a bit of an attacking streak to him, so he may be a good choice. Seb the Bargain Hunter, hello mate, how you doing? Southampton attack, Long, Austin, Gabby. I don't know which one's going to start yet. That is what I'm waiting for, really. I do want some sort of Southampton attacking player. Redmond may be the one I go with in the long run, but Lascelles is 4.5 million. My thoughts on Gale, I'm not interested in Gale, to be honest. I don't think he's ever proven himself in the Premier League before, so I don't know why I'd risk taking a punt on him today or this season. Thoughts on Victor Moses? I'm struggling to pick a Chelsea player because I feel like he's trying to improve his defence. I've heard they're now interested in Danilo, so they're going to be changing their right back by the seams of it if they do get their man, which means Moses may not get as much game time, so that's why I've not really looked at Moses. Kachunga, I don't know anything about him yet. I don't watch the Championship, but Kurt Yoy, go check out his channel. What you will notice on the stream is I will shout out people's channels. Kurt Yoy, great guy, done content a little bit longer than me on FPL. He says Kachunga's good, and he's been watching Championship for a while because his team's Sheffield Wednesday, so he might be worth a punt. I think Glenn Murray is a good option. Glenn Murray could be. Again, he didn't set the world alight last time he was in the league, but he did get some goals, so he could be a great option. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, more attacking, I reckon. Definitely possible. I think if Frank de Boer manages to do well at Palace early on, then Ruben Loftus-Cheek could be a great signing. You're watching live stream over Liverpool's friendly. That is how much fun this was yesterday. Ayush, I appreciate your dedication to the stream. Is the Liverpool game on? I didn't realise it was on TV. I will be reading the reports of the game afterwards. I'm not going to watch every friendly game because I don't want to burn myself out before the Premier League actually starts. Casper Perry, your side is looking good, my friend. Again, I'm not keen on Gale personally, but I could be wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm bashing Dwight Gale here, and he could go and score loads of goals this season. So, thoughts about Henderson? I feel like Henderson will still play, but I just don't think he's going to get the attacking points that you need for a midfielder in the Fantasy Premier League anyway. Okay, so the Empolian fan 123. I don't remember seeing your name before. Matthew Ryan in goal. I've heard he's good. He's definitely good on Football Manager, but I wouldn't pick him first myself. Deeney, that all relies on Watford improving their game, I think. Jonathan Chung, I've looked at Luke Shaw. If he gets first team football, 5 million for Luke Shaw seems a great price. Ajish Valor says Lascelles scored 4 goals from set pieces. That's a decent return for a season. Who do I think's better out of Salah and Mane? Jafar, Sam, I'd go with Mane just because I know he's good in the Premier League. He's proven it a couple of seasons now in Southampton and Liverpool. So Mane would be the option as they're the same price. Salah might be an absolute world-class player in the Premier League. I think it's possible, but I wouldn't risk it going with someone I don't know how he will play in the Premier League. Eric Raitan, nice to see you in the chat, mate. Is that a Pokemon egg or a football? Harvey Roach's avatar. Anyway, getting put off by a little avatar there. Forster Olsen, Cedric Milner, Pogba, Will, Austin Kane, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Yeah, that looks decent side. You've managed to get Sanchez in there and Kane without it feeling too weak when I said that team out loud. So yeah, definitely decent. I'm not sure about having any West Ham defender just yet. Thoughts on De Bruyne? I worry with the rotation with De Bruyne, but De Bruyne is a world-class player, perfectly capable of getting more than 10 goals and 10 assists, so I like De Bruyne at his price. Goblin Crusher taking a punt on Pereira. I mean, let's be honest, boys, I think we're all going to change our side massively before the season starts. Sane is very tempting, Justin, I have to agree with you there. Vokes as a third striker. Are Burnley going to keep him as their main striker? I don't know. That's the problem with Burnley. I don't know if he will be the #1 keeper, striker. If he is the #1 striker, then I'd definitely consider it. beating Tranmere 4-0, Milner Marco. I mean, it is Tranmere. Ben Woodburn is a Football Manager wonder kid. Milner. Was Milner's goal a penalty by any chance? And Sturridge lasted 45 minutes without needing physio's attention. Yeah, they probably just kept that off camera, Yush. He probably always needs physio attention. Devshit wants to know best player for 5.5. Are you looking at defenders there? Let me know what position you're looking for and I'll have a look. Ayush Valur also asking the same question. On the same wavelength, my brother. Milner could become a major feature in most of our squad. Yeah, he definitely could. Sane is good, but not 100% starter. I don't think anyone's 100% starter in that Man City side. Is Sanchez too expensive? I think he's shown how capable he is of being consistently good in FPL, so I don't think they've priced him too high. I wish he was a little bit cheaper because it'd be easier to put him in my side. Who's West Ham's first choice keeper? Hopefully it's going to be Joe Hart. We're trying to get him on loan with an option to buy. I wouldn't touch a West Ham goalkeeper though. Alright, so quick plug, if any of you are interested in my merchandise, should be in the link in the description. We have an FPL Today t-shirt and a 30 Days of FPL t-shirt as well, so check that out if you need any new clothes this summer, because you may have sweated through all of your clothes the way this summer's going so far. Yush for law, obviously Milner's goal was a penalty. Hey, as long as Liverpool get loads of penalties and he's still taking them, that will make him a great option. Baines was a great option for so long because he was taking penalties. If Davy Klaassen isn't taking the penalties, or Sandro Ramirez, or whoever else Everton may sign, because they seem to be spending a lot of money, if Baines is on penalties again, he could be a great shout. Pogba at 8 million. The way I look at it is sometimes players have a bad first season and have an epic second season, and that would go exactly the way that Mourinho kind of manages as well. Mourinho always seems to have a great second season, so it's possible Pogba at 8 million could be an absolute steal. Defence under 5.5. Alright, let's have a look. Who's the best defender under 5.5? In fact, I'll let you guys see what I'm doing. Just in case anyone doesn't know how to do this stuff. I'm assuming you all do. But we've got defenders on, and we want to keep it at 5.5 or under. Okay, so last season, these are the people that scored the most that are still under 5.5. Anyone jumping out at me? Bertrand could have another season like he did 2 years ago. I believe it was 2 years ago. Keane actually has some decent underlying stats for getting chances. He just needs to convert more of them. Bournemouth defenders often score a lot of points. I think I've had Daniels, Cook and Smith in my side at one point or another the 2 seasons they've been up. Cedric, I feel like, is definitely a good shout at 5 million. Any West Brom defender could be high scoring as well. Of course, you've got Macaulay up there. Craig Dawson the year before was the one scoring points. Otamendi at 5.5 seems reasonable if he still plays. Van Aanholt could have been 6. That is how attacking he can be if he finds his form. He just needs to have a really good whole season instead of just a small period where he's good. Alfie Mawson is 5. He's shown an eye for goal recently. Ben Davis is 5.5. Trippier, I believe, is also 5.5. So those are the ones that are jumping out to me that did well or well-ish last season. I may have missed a subscriber. I apologise if someone subscribed and I didn't see it. Third striker, look at Ayew and Abraham. Yeah, Ayush, I just don't know which one's going to start. That's the problem with that one. 40 people in the chat. 42 in the chat. Wow, we are doing well today. Considering yesterday I bigged up the stream beforehand, and today I've just kind of put out a tweet earlier saying, should I? And then I've come on. So, welcome everyone new to the channel. Bernardo Silva could be great. I just don't know where to play him, and he might have the Silva effect, seeing as he's got the same name. He could be the guy that passes the ball just before the assist, which is always annoying to watch. Vokes has completion from Walters and Gray. Competition from Walters and Gray. Definitely, that's the problem. A lot of these players, we don't know who the nailed-on player is just yet. Thomas McCarthy wants to see my side. By the way, Thomas, I did see your tweets. I believe it was you who tweeted me. Just so you're aware, I probably... we've got Harvey Roach has just joined the FPL Today family. Thank you very much, brother. Welcome to the family. This is my side, Thomas McCarthy. As far as rating teams, I'm not going to do it on Twitter because my opinions cannot be restricted to however many characters they allow you to use on Twitter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do streams where I rate sides. And we're going to figure out a hashtag. And you post your team in the hashtag, and then I will just go through the teams, rating them. Ideally, I don't want to do it too early without any pre-season knowledge, which is why I haven't done it yet. But that is how we'll probably move forward with actually rating teams. And that way I can kind of bring Super Chat in as well. If you really want your team rated, just Super Chat me. And I may think of a way to get their teams up quicker. But I'm still new to this streaming game. This is only my second stream this year. My 4th stream in total. So we'll see how it goes. But basically it's just me talking about FPL. And obviously people like it. But it's not me playing a game. So I think I'm doing even better than those streamers that play games. Apart from the fact I keep stumbling over my words. Alright, so back to the chat. I think Firmino is a bargain for 8.5. As a striker, it worries me that he's now a forward in the game. And I don't know how the points will go. I think Firmino could be a great option, but he's one of those players that has great underlying stats and then didn't get as many points as I wanted him to last season. Ayush Falur thinks Wayne Rooney will take the penalties. That's a good shout, to be fair. It's not like you can really say no to Wayne Rooney. He's gone back to his boyhood club, hasn't he? Violet Citizen. I'm pretty sure that's a new name. Welcome to the chat, my friend. I feel like Sigurdsson's at 8.5 is still worth it if he stays at Swansea. Yes, if he stays at Swansea, Siggy might be worth it at 8.5 because everything goes through him at Swansea. And that is the key. You want players where everything seems to go through that player. Lukaku was scoring most of the goals at Everton. Siggy was getting most of the points at Swansea. Joshua King was getting a lot of the points, although Bournemouth side can have any player get the points in any game, to be honest. But you need someone that is regularly getting points and ideally getting all the points from that side. Firmino is a must because he gets assists and goals. So does Coutinho though, and so does Mane, and there's just so many Liverpool options. I know Firmino is the cheapest one, which will help you balance your squad, which may really help out. But I still think Mane is such a great option for only $1 million more. Daniels, Macaulay and Bertrand, decent defender shouts. Sigurdsson is definitely one of the players that has been around for a while now, Fantasy Premier League wise. He's definitely a favourite. I would put him somewhere on a similar list to Tom Heaton, but not beating Tom Heaton, of course. Jack Stevens from Southampton. You want to know his price? Southampton, his price is 5 million. Really? 5 million for Jack Stevens? That seems a bit expensive. I'm a bit disappointed with that, to be honest. Not really the price I was expecting. Sigurdsson or Sane? If Sigurdsson stays at Swansea, Siggy. Easy. Last night you said United wanted Dyer. Apparently Dyer's told Tottenham he'd like to leave and move to... I personally don't understand why he would want to go United. We've got a new member of the FPL Today family. Satyaki Banerjee. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the family. We are growing strong this pre-season. So you've joined the army, mate. We're taking over. We're taking over. I personally think, back to Eric Dyer though, he should stay at Tottenham. They're building something at Tottenham. They're going to have a new stadium soon. They have been doing well in the league. They've got top 4 2 years in a row now. Got a good young manager that's putting in a system that's working. Why go to Man United? Like, I know Man United probably can pay more money, but is it better to be part of something that's growing and where you'll probably be remembered more, or go to Man United where they have such a history already, where he probably wouldn't be a legend at Man United. He could be, but I doubt it. But then again, 50 million. You can do stuff with 50 million. Key premium players. I mean, Sanchez and Kane, I think, are the ones that are going to score the most points. But that is why they've been priced so highly. Aguero, because of his price going down a bit, Aguero could be a good pick this season, because he's no longer the most expensive striker in the game. Thomas McCarthy says, take Long out. He's out till December. Cool. Thank you for telling me, brother. I haven't really been keeping up to date with the Southampton situation. They haven't been that busy in the transfer market either. Ayish Valor saying, Bobby, he means Firmino, could have had 20 goals easy. But Ayish, if Firmino plays on the wings, I'd imagine Salah and Mane are the first choice options for that. So it'll be interesting if Liverpool get a new striker in. I'd imagine Van Aanholt is still nailed on. I don't know why. I can't imagine Van Aanholt not being played. You don't, unless De Boer wants a more defensive-minded left-back, but Schlupp isn't more defensive-minded, really. Fifth defender under 4.5. Another question, Cedric or Trippier. I'd go with Trippier purely because Tottenham are more likely to get clean sheets in my mind. Fifth defender, there's so many options, my friend, at 4.5. Who knows who's the best one's going to be. But the ones I've gone with are Norton and Francis at the moment. But that's because I believe they rotate well. I mean, the best pick if you're not looking at rotation, I mean, it could be absolutely anyone, really, couldn't it? None of them stand out to me at 4.5, and I think they could get points. So, yeah, I mean, once preseason kicks in, I can maybe tell you a bit more about it, but I'd go with rotation, Satyaki. Satyaki, I'm sure that's how you say it. Hopefully it is. Apologise if I butcher names, but that's what I do on this channel. But, yeah. I'd go for rotation for now until a 4.5 million option comes out that is clearly the best option. Harvey Roche is taking a risk. Sometimes the risks pay off, mate. Kane plus Sanchez eat up 25% of your budget. Hence, I feel you should put Dele Alli in the Sanchez spot. Save 2.5 and then Laka in the Kane spot and save another 2. I mean, I think you can have one of them. Sometimes it's just worth having one of those players. I think with Dele Alli at 9.5, that makes Kane someone you can not have, if that makes sense, and then get the points elsewhere because you've saved money. Whereas with Sanchez, it depends. If Lacazette hits the ground running, then yeah, you might not need Sanchez either. That would be the ideal situation, is neither of those are necessary because Ali and Lacazette are scoring enough. Begovic for 4.5 million is an option, but I don't trust the Bournemouth defence to keep teams out, to be fair. Alex Chamberlain bargain at 6 mil. If he goes to another club, potentially Alex Chamberlain is an absolute steal, mate. But I feel like he'd have to move club. Alright guys, we've got probably 16 minutes left of this stream. So get your questions in while you can. Firmino or Defoe for the first 3 game weeks. What are their fixtures? Alright, Bournemouth's fixtures are West Brom, Watford, Man City. Or Firmino, his fixtures are Watford, Palace, Arsenal. I mean, I'd always go with the player that's still at the club, you know, so I'd go Firmino over Defoe. But that's just because I don't like when players change, because I don't know how that change will affect him. Defoe could go to Bournemouth, and he might get knocked out of the first team. I know they're paying him a lot of money, but say King and... who they still got? Because it looks like Phobie might be leaving. Callum Wilson. Say Callum Wilson comes back and starts banging him in. Defoe may sit on the bench and might be a waste of money sitting on the bench. I would go with Firmino because I think Klopp likes Firmino. I know he is wasteful in front of goal, but he has the work rate that Klopp wants in his side. I'm doing good, Ryan. Thank you for asking, my friend. What do I make of Bertrand, Macaulay, Lindelof and Monreal at the back? That's a good back four. That's a very solid back four. Exactly. Harvey Roach. Players have to settle in sometimes. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes you get a Gabby Adini who comes in and scores a ridiculous amount early on and then decides he needs to settle in. But most of the time, sometimes players need to settle in. Fifth defender, Ben Mee. I think Ben Mee will be a lot more important for Burnley now, seeing as they've lost Keane. As far as Jay Vias goes, plan to have 15 players from 5 teams. I personally would spread your bets because, don't get me wrong, United, City, West Brom, Saints all have a great start to the season. But imagine United and City get upset in 2 of those games, and imagine West Brom and Saints are just awful, and Brighton are Brighton, so they may struggle early on, or they may do well early on. If you put all your eggs in one basket, and then you drop that basket... See, analogies on this channel, mate. Analogies. Apparently Walker is ready to stay at Spurs with a higher wage packet. Oh, don't tell me that, Ayush. You've ruined my dream of Trippier. I think I've got him in my side, haven't I? Oh, I don't even have him on my side, so never mind. I think that would be a big blow, but for Tottenham, that's great, because with Champions League football, they'll want 2 good right-backs at the club. Goblin Crusher recommending Cabaselli. 4.5 at Watford. Yeah, you're right, Justin Grierson. If you don't have Sanchez or Kane, first game of the season, any game, you'll be like, oh, God, please don't let Sanchez or Kane score. Another thing that I like to do is I like to see who the most picked players are early on, because then if you have them as well, it won't hurt your ranking too much if you do lose out. Or if they score, that is. So, I know you can take punts and try and get really high up. I sometimes think it's safe at the beginning just to try and make sure you don't fall too far behind. 2 seasons ago, I got 24,000 ranking or something like that. And I started off terribly. I'm not sure you can actually look at the history that in depth once the season is over. No, you can't. So, I don't need to show you the guys that. But I was around the 1.5 million mark, 2 million mark at the beginning of the season Leicester won the title, which isn't good because I have a YouTube channel about playing FPL. I rose up the rankings rather well after I played an early wildcard. See, Trailblazer here. Early wildcard in that season when January transfer window was just over, and I shot up to 24,000 with great game week after great game week. This season, I don't think, or last season, sorry, I don't think I was dropped out of the top 150k at all. I think I was always around the top, so, and that is why I got closer to 10k in my mind. So I will be a bit protective about the players I pick and being a bit safer. Chaos asking how long will I be live? Well, strictly speaking, I should be live for another 10 minutes. Let me check the actual physical time. 9:49. Now I've got to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So ideally I should be asleep by 10:30, so I'm not too knackered. Got to edit a video at work. I edit on my laptop, I take it to work with me and edit on my break. Then I probably need to record some more videos when I get home, so I can't be too tired. I can now start releasing my How to Play Fantasy Premier League series, which I'm hoping will be really big. So guys, if you can support that series when you see it, if you see a video with that title, I know I want you to support all my videos, but if you can support that series, that could be massive for the channel, because it's very YouTube search friendly. So support me as much as you can on that one. It would be so appreciated. Comments, like button, share it on Twitter, all that good stuff. I will love you guys for it. I love you guys anyway, but I will love you even more forever. This is what I like to see in the chat as well. Owen Bowles, big up Chaos. Talk to each other in the chat as well. Don't worry, I'm not so egotistical that everything needs to be sent my way. Ayush Velour says Watford aren't exciting from a Fantasy Premier League point. They were 2 seasons ago. Ayush, were you around when I was trying to say Odion Igalo? And I struggled to say that name, but he had a hot period, didn't he? So Vardy at 8.5. And we have a new member of the FPL Today family, Razashark. That's a cool name, bro. Welcome to the family, my friend. We are bumping up in subs during live streams as well as... And just quickly, I don't know if you guys are even interested. I feel like some of you are interested because you've been great supporters of the channel. But if we go to Social Blade and just see how well we've done today, I think it's always nice to see how well we're doing as a group, because you guys are just as much involved in the growth of this channel as me. I mean, fair enough, I do the videos and edit and everything, but today we've got 22 subscribers. Not as much as Tuesday, which is surprising seeing as FPL has dropped, but that may not be the live count, of course. So, live count, FPL Today, what number is it? Wow, okay, I think I was at 2,620 when I started this stream, so 10 subscribers in stream. Thank you so much, guys, for jumping on, supporting the channel, subscribing. Definitely going to be doing more live streams because it seems to be working, doesn't it? Seems to have a positive effect as well. But true, Ryan Seacham, sorry, back to Vardy. That could be a great shout. 8.5 million. Vardy with Shakespeare as manager could be an absolute beast. We all remember 2 years ago, don't we? Was it 11 games in a row he scored? I was happy when he did that. And then when they won the league, my dad's a Leicester fan, by the way. So it was nice to share that with him. So yeah, definitely. Could be a great shout, Vardy. Firmino or Tekkers? Who's Tekkers? Am I missing it? Missing the trick here. Matt Phillips, not sure about West Brom attackers, Goblin Crusher. I apologise, Nidhal Majubi. I don't know who Tekkers is. Benteke. Is that Benteke? It must be Benteke. There we go. I finally got there. I don't know, Firmino. I'd always, if I can't really pick, I'd go for the player at the better club. Ismail Mayet, Begovic, Pickford, Alderweireld, Lindelof, Rudiger. I haven't changed my actual screen. Getting so involved in the chat. I mean, that Alderweireld, by the way, and I'm probably saying that name wrong, Alderweireld. The season before last, he scored loads of goals. It was a great option as a defender. He may have now dropped in price because he didn't score at all, but he still got the chances. So he could potentially have a good season in front of goal this season. And he comes in at 6 million. I mean, that's still quite expensive. So maybe if you have the money, he could be a good shout. Rudiger, again, I don't like bringing in players that are new to the league. I know it's sometimes you take the punt and it works. I think people brought in Pedro and he had a great first game, but I don't generally bring in new players at new clubs. If I could pick a Man City defender, who would it be? Vincent Kompany. And Owen Bowles agrees. Spurs at Wembley, thoughts? I'm worried. I think they will eventually get to a point where they're good at Wembley, but I think it's going to take some time to get used to. West Ham went London Stadium and they had a bad season because of it. I went to one game at London Stadium and I've been to the Boleyn. The atmosphere was so different. It felt like the fans could have an impact on the game at the Boleyn and they couldn't have an impact at the game at the London Stadium, and a different pitch. I feel like home advantage is such a big thing in the Premiership, and you lose it when you move stadium. So I think it's good for the club in the long run, but part of me feels like maybe you only need one Spurs player just to cover yourself, and then maybe focus elsewhere just for the beginning of the season. Ayush Falur, I never understand why people double up in defence. 1 goal and you lose both clean sheets. True, but if you double up and it goes well, your quid's in. If a team, say Chelsea last season, there was that period where they went through and got loads of clean sheets. If you kept up with Chelsea with 2 defenders, you'd have probably had a very good points total. And Owen Bowles says the exact same thing. But true, I personally don't like it when I do it, but sometimes the fixture just looks too good to not double up. I think 2 seasons ago I had Ben Forster and Craig Dawson and it worked out for me. So sometimes it's worth the risk, especially if that defender's capable of scoring. Then you might lose the clean sheet points on 2 players, but if he scores, then he's still good. Pedro at 8 million, has a missing. I've had Pedro in teams, Ryan, so I definitely wouldn't ignore Pedro as an option. Ahmed Almeida, I want to do my team like yours. I'm not even happy with my team yet, to be fair, but feel free if you want to pick the same team as me, but I would always have a few choices that are your own, just so, you know, you can take a bit of ownership and be like, yeah, I picked that player and JNO didn't. Is Lecco going to get any game time at West Bromwich Albion? He looked quite impressive as some. I hope so. Lecco is one of those players that I've been watching for a while now, waiting for him to get his chance, because I feel like he could have a big impact. It's a bit like Ward-Prowse. I feel like he had his chances last year. I'm hoping this season he gets a long run in the game. Ward-Prowse I don't think is too expensive, and I think he's a quality player. 5.5 million. Ward-Prowse got 92 points last season. I think he could improve, so definitely one to keep an eye on. If he starts getting performances in, get him in early, because we're looking for those players like Riyad Mahrez, like Joshua King. Those are the ones that make the difference. As far as Lecco is concerned, if we look at West Brom, 4.5 million. I hope he gets some game time, because let's be honest, West Brom's most expensive midfielder is 6 million, Chadley and Phillips. Chadley doesn't seem happy at the moment, so I wouldn't go with Chadley. Phillips did have a good run at a certain point. Brunt as a midfielder now is a bit disappointing. But I hope Lecco gets some game time. A 4.5 million midfielder, if he starts to perform, that will be the dream. You guys are way too tempting to hang out with. I should really be wrapping this stream up, but I don't actually want to. Okay, so talk to us about your team before the season starts. All right. This could change, but Ahmed, I will go over my team again because you may be new to the stream. So apologies anyone that already knows this. I've got Foster and Hennessy in goal. The reason I've gone with Foster is because I trust him as a goalkeeper, and he's still 4.5 million. Fixtures-wise, West Brom are good until probably game week 6. So I like the look of West Brom's fixtures. Hennessy, as far as I'm aware, Mandanda may be going, and he's still 4.4 million. Foster will be playing in game week 2 anyway, but again, good looking fixtures until game week 6. Then we have the defence of Cedric, Lindelof, Francis, Pennington and Norton. Pennington's in there because he's 4 million, and if he can get into the defence somehow, 4 million for a defender, that's great at the start of the season. Cedric, we all know Southampton's fixtures. Until game week 6, they have very good fixtures, and then they have very good fixtures until game week 11. There is then this period here where you might want to transfer defenders out, but then they'll also have more good runs of fixtures because of the way their season's panned out. So Southampton players could play a massive part this season. Lindelof is because he's quite cheap for a Man United defender, and again, look at that start to the season. So that is why Lindelof is in there. Shaw will replace him if Shaw is first team choice. We've got Francis. Bournemouth defenders are one of those strange animals where they can get massive points because they score goals, but don't always get clean sheets. 2 good fixtures at the beginning, won't play in those next game week 3 and 4. I'll probably play my wild card by that point. Pennington, again, fixtures are horrible, but at 4 million, he can sit on the bench, it's fine. And then Norton, I think Bournemouth and Swansea rotate quite well, if I'm correct, and there's some decent fixtures in there. Midfield-wise, we've got De Bruyne, Mane, Knockaert, Ali, and Tom Carroll. Carroll may swap with Loftus-Cheek. There are other 4.5 million midfield options that I might change. Dele Alli, to me, looks like the player you need this season, because at 9.5 million, last year, Dele Alli got a ridiculous amount of points. 225 points. He also had that period last year where he became a first team player and he got 166, and he was ridiculously cheap back then. 5.9 million. That probably was what he ended up on. So Dele Alli, to me, is the player you need, because he was the second highest scoring midfielder after Sanchez, and he's under 10 million. De Bruyne, 10 million. Again, 10.5 last season. He's dropped in price, but he almost got 200 points. And then Mane, I feel like I've got 3 good midfielders here. And Mane last season, 156 points, 160. But if we actually look at how many games he played in, I'm sure that is here somewhere. It might not be. But he actually had a lot of the season out, and he had some very good returns. 13 goals scored, 7 assists. If he'd played more games, he may have got more goals. Knockaert, I've heard good things about him, and he's 6 million. May change him out for someone else, just because I don't like players new to a league generally. And then Tom Carroll, I've already said, might swap him out for Loftus-Cheek. But the way this team's been built up, it allows me Lukaku and Jesus. Lukaku fixtures look like he could score a bucketful in the first 7 game weeks. So that is why he's in there. Man, look at that picture. Beast mode activated. By the way, did anyone see some of the pictures with Lukaku in, and it looked like it was Stormzy? I was a bit like, you sure that's definitely Lukaku? You sure someone at the press hasn't got the wrong guy? But never mind. Anyway, also Gabriel Jesus, apart from Liverpool game week 4 and Chelsea game week 7, nice fixtures until game week 11. And I think Pep Guardiola loves Gabriel Jesus more than Sergio Aguero, so I think he will definitely be playing, and he comes in at 10.5. And then Shane Long, apparently I should swap him out. So, I mean, let's do it live. I'm missing out on chat right now. I miss you guys. Long, Gabbiadini 7. Long was in there because he was the cheapest. Is there any £6 million striker that I could put in instead of? Let's have a look. Vokes. Afobe, if I thought he was going to play, had a great end to last season. I wouldn't touch Crouch with a barge pole. I don't like spending too much on this position. That's my issue. If I put Ayew there and he plays, how much is Abraham? Abraham's 5.5. Ayew is 5. Where the hell is Llorente? Oh, I put a maximum of 6. How much is Llorente? Llorente is 7.5. While he is out, 75% chance, but he might come back in time. But they were playing Ayew behind Llorente. I'd say Ayew is a good shout, Jordan Ayew. He did decent at Aston Villa, even when Aston Villa were absolutely rubbish. And that gives me £1 million to play with. So there you go, live Fantasy Premier League action here on the channel as we go back to the live stream. Sorry for ignoring the chat. Hopefully you guys have been talking amongst yourselves. Hopefully I haven't missed a new subscriber. Razor Shark still showing up as the last one. So there you saw some real life J&O action there where I thought about my team. Ayesh Falur, I remember your horrible start. You had recorded it, and I was wondering if this guy is the one I should be listening to. I'll be honest, 100% honesty here with you guys. When I started, this channel, again, some of you know this story already, it was JNO certified, and it wasn't meant to be a Fantasy Premier League channel. It was meant to be me just talking about stuff I loved, which would include TV shows. Just in case you guys are wondering, I love mixed martial arts. I love a bit of Ultimate Fighter. I love wrestling. I love WWE. I watch New Japan Wrestling as well. I also love reality shows, but it has to be reality shows I think are cool. So I don't like Love Island. I don't like Big Brother. What I like is stuff like Survivor and The Amazing Race. And one day, if I was ever big enough on YouTube, YouTubers can get onto these shows. So that would be absolutely awesome. But that is kind of the things this channel was going to be focused on. I did videos about Tough Enough, which was a reality series going on with WWE. They actually got decent views, but didn't get subscribers. So we then just changed to a football channel, and then we changed to an FPL channel. But yeah, I didn't claim when I started that I was the best Fantasy Premier League manager. What I did claim was that the season before I did get in the top 100k. So I roughly knew what I was doing, and then I had an awful start. So yeah, I'm happy you stuck with me long enough to see that I do actually know what I'm talking about. And I would say I've got better at FPL as I've dove into it deeper. Wouldn't FPL be better off without chips? Jay Vias, I'm mixed opinion on that. I think personally, chips can change the game if you use them correctly. I think if you're a good player, you use them correctly. You find out the strategies, you use them well, and you end up winning because of it. I think without chips, you'd probably need to be so much more focused on the game to get those really big scores in the double game weeks. So I kind of agree with you. I think it would make it harder, but I think the chips have been brought in because you have to make a game more exciting than the year before. And you have to do stuff that brings in new people. And the one thing the Fantasy Premier League has managed to do is, year on year, they seem to get more people involved in the game. Now, the hardcore stay and the newbies go, but when you look at that number, the amount of people that played last season was significantly higher than the number of people that played the season before. So chips, I think, help them bring people in. Hopefully they don't make it to the point where it's too complicated and it's just too hard for people to get into the game, but I think they're just doing it because it helps hype the game up. I think I'm seriously behind on the chat now because Chaos has just said, of course we can support the series, mate. I appreciate that, but I'm sure I said that ages ago, so I'm really behind on the chat because I talked about my team, didn't I? Justin Grierson, I'm a nice chap. You are a nice chap too, my friend. Thank you very much for joining the stream. If Morata went to Chelsea, what do you think his price would be? Also, great stream. I think you'd have to price Morata similar to Lacazette. He doesn't have the goal-scoring pedigree to the same level off the top of my head as Lacazette, so I think he might be 10. But Morata would be a great shout because I feel like whoever leads the line for Chelsea could get loads of goals. De Bruyne, Mickey, Sane, Salah in midfield, that's a strong four, mate. I would be interested, PJ, to know who your strikers were because I feel like that strong midfield, you may be sacrificing elsewhere, maybe in defence. PJ Maloney, can I please... I hope you've just seen it because I just went through my team. I don't want to go through my team too often. Alright, we're going to try and steam through some of these questions because I feel like I'm way behind on the chat. Because, for instance, I didn't even see the Techers bit where I've already corrected myself. Okay, what do you think of front three? Lukaku, Lacazette and Jesus. Good front three, mate. Can't fault it. 3-0 defeat to them at Anfield made me cry. I believe it. George Lindley, welcome to the FPL Today family, my friend. Get involved in the chat. I'm behind the chat, but get involved in the chat. We've got some great guys here. Get to know everyone. What do you think of the front three? Oh, I've already read that. 3-0 defeat. I'll be honest, if that's the Leicester game you're talking about, I've forgotten the scoreline. I was happy because I won 100 quid. Does anyone else have Begovic? I personally don't think a Bournemouth goalkeeper is the best option because the Bournemouth defenders can score goals and so that way you're covered if they concede. I'm aiming for over 5k by the time the Premier League comes back on, Ayush. I really am. I feel like I'm better now than I was last year as far as a content creator and an FPL player. I think I know what I need to do to really grow in this period. So 5k is my goal. Road to 5k, let's go. Alright. How do you support? Oh, who do you support most likely is the question. Harvey Roach, I support AFC Wimbledon, not even in the Premier League, but I follow West Ham. So again, probably not the most fun team to follow. But yeah, those are the clubs that I support and follow. My wife supports West Ham, which is why I follow them. We got Seb Hodson, aka Colazo Fajardo. Is that, you've changed your name then? Hey guys, what did I miss? You missed so much, and I really should stop streaming soon, but I don't want to go. I'm going to be tired tomorrow. Catch me on Twitter tomorrow, acting really tired. Salah or Coutinho? Coutinho. Definitely Coutinho, mate. Best 4.5 midfielder. I think the chat has agreed best 4.5 midfielder is probably Ruben Loftus-Cheek, but Tom Carroll is also a consideration. Hong-Min Son worth a shout. Definitely, it depends if Spurs improve their midfield, but he could be the best option because I believe he's the cheapest. Best 5 million striker, that is a difficult question to answer. Jordan Ayew, didn't I just put him in my side? I think he's 5 million. Yep, Jordan Ayew. Plays just behind Sigurdsson, and Sigurdsson will be out at the start of the season, so he may be pushed further forward. Ayush Falur, I think Kane's a slow starter because he's had injuries or he's been on international duty. I think this season he may be sharper at the beginning of the season. Chadley fought with Pulis and was dropped from the team tour, so I won't take him in my team. Same. If you are going to really go with a West Brom midfielder, I suppose Matt Phillips is the only real option. Capoue. Well, we all know what happened last season at the beginning of the season with Capoue. So he's more expensive now, though. That's the problem. People picked him because he was 4.5. He's not worth taking up one of your top 4 spots in midfield at his current price. Mandanda signing was confirmed by Marseille today. That's good to know. That means Hennessy pick isn't wasted. What striker should I get for 8 million? If you can afford 8.5, I think in the chat we agreed Vardy could be a great prospect this season. Evan J. Fox, please rate my team. It will be a quick rate my team. We are going to have live streams where I just rate teams. But Begovic, decent shout. Boric, Aki, Company, Macaulay, Rangel, Tuanzebe, I'm not sure how much game time he'll get. Matt Ritchie, good shout. Moy, Hogg, Dele Alli, Coutinho, Lacazette, Jesus. Your front three are really strong, but I'm presuming you're not playing Hogg anytime soon. Could be awesome. If those 3 strikers bang them in, you're sorted. Sandro suggested as a 8 million striker. Benteke as well suggested. Matt Ritchie, I believe he takes set pieces. Again, I don't watch the Championship. I watch League One if I'm not watching the Premiership, so. What about Matthew Ryan? Matthew Ryan could be the Tom Heaton. Apparently he is a good goalkeeper, so he could possibly get the save points. League code. Yes, I have a league code. Let me quickly put it in the chat. And I apologise, I'm getting a bit nasally now. So I may take a quick break if I do catch up with the live chat. Okay, I have put in the live chat my league code. Wrestle Kingdom was amazing. So was the rematch between... I don't remember the Japanese guy's name. And right now I don't remember the American guy's name. That is embarrassing. Kenny Omega and whoever the other guy was. Their matches are insane. I also recently watched the American United States New Japan Pro Wrestling title. That was pretty good as well. You are my favourite YouTuber of all time. Favourite wrestler? It has to be AJ Styles, just for consistency. I'm also a fan of Samoa Joe. I got into TNA when it first started. TNA now is a shell of itself. I also got into Ring of Honor when it first started, so Homicide for a bit was one of my favourite wrestlers as well. Christopher Daniels, I believe that's his original name. Yeah, no, Christopher Daniels was a TNA one. I'm thinking of Bryan Danielson, now Daniel Bryan. He was really, really good. Austin Aries when he had his run as well. I did drop out of ROH a bit just after Nigel McGuinness lost the title, I believe. But I really feel like I should get back into ROH. But I just don't have as much time as I used to watch wrestling. Have I got anywhere close to catching up with the chat? My favourite is AJ Styles. Well, there we go, mate. We've got AJ Styles now is so much better on the mic than he used to be. That is the one thing his game was missing, but now he's got that as well. So I think Samoa Joe beats him on the mic still, but I think AJ Styles is just that consistent. I need to go back and watch his New Japan Pro Wrestling stuff. I actually quite like Maria Kanellis as well. She's my favourite diva at the moment, but random segment there. Lukaku and Gabriel Jesus is definitely a great first choice. I'm also doing 30 days of FPL. Okay. Everyone in the chat, you know, we did this yesterday for Nimfria. We got Nicolo Lundoto HD. Everyone go and check out his channel right now and subscribe. I'm about the community, not just my channel, but the whole FPL community. I want the whole FPL community to grow. So everyone go check out Nicolondo HD. I apologise if I'm saying your name wrong, but he's doing 30 days of FPL as well. I think that's gimmick infringement. That's mine, mate. 30 days of FPL. But I'll allow you to use it, mate. Enjoy. You can get involved with the hashtag as well. Hashtag 30 days of FPL. Everyone support Nicolondo as well. Let's bump him up in subscribers. We did it for Nimfria yesterday. I think we got her about 10 subscribers, so let's go for it again. I'm on the road to 50. How many subscribers are you on right now? Alright, another segue. This isn't Fantasy Premier League related. Well, it kind of is, because he's got a YouTube channel himself. But if I'm not subscribed, I'm adding myself to that number. But we are going with... I'm sure I have subscribed to your channel. How new is it? Well, I haven't. So 21. That should go up to 22 now, my friend. And, of course, Nicolondo, if you want, I have a business email. Feel free to email me. I will help you out with your channel, my friend. Because, trust me, I understand how hard it can be to start. I have been doing YouTube for 2 years before I had any success. So, let me know. But I want to see that number around at least 30 when I check it after the stream. Alright, so back to the chat. I'm trying to catch up with the chat so I can take a quick break. I mean finish the stream. I should take a break because I'm not finishing the stream. I know what I'm like. Now I've started, I just can't stop. Might swap out Kane for Laka or Lukaku. That might be a good choice. Tommy Plays, good night, my friend. Catch you guys on the next stream. Ian Nacho is leaving City. If he goes Leicester, Ian Nacho could be a great shout. Ian Nacho's price. Let's have a quick look. Although I'm worried that if he goes Leicester, which seems to be the most likely option, he may share the goals with Vardy. So, I mean, I would prefer him to go West Ham. I think he'd be more important at West Ham than he would be at Leicester. But Ian Nacho comes in at 7 million. That's a little bit more expensive than I'd have liked, to be fair. Alright, I've just got to me sharing the code, so I don't think I'm catching up with the chat at all. Thoughts on Anthony Martial? I've heard they might loan him out. I think Martial is a great player. I just don't think he's been given the chance to lead the line. I really think when Ibra got injured, they should have allowed Martial and Rashford to like share that role, see what Martial could do. I worry that Martial might get wasted at Man United with Mourinho in charge. I hope not, because I think he's a quality player. Rooney at 7.5. I think he's a bit slow, and I don't know if they'll play him up front with Sandro Ramirez signing. I believe it's possible he might be playing in midfield. Head-to-head leagues, we will look into that. I need to get some time, which might be this weekend, because I do have the weekend off, to start the head-to-head leagues. Kenny Omega and Okada, yeah, those wrestling matches were insane. 9 million for 2 goalkeepers. Who do you think? I've gone with Foster and Hennessy, but it depends. You could go with a 5 million goalkeeper and then just pick a 4 million to sit on your bench. We've already discussed Firmino. Our problem with Firmino is he's a bit wasteful in front of goal. That could change this season, of course, though. City players, that is difficult, Charlie Jones. City players are rotated too much for us to really be sure. It says invalid league code, does it? Is everyone else having that issue? Riyad Rahman, thank you for calling me a legend. Shinsuke Nakamura is amazing in the ring. His entrance is sick, but yes, he is weak on the mic because of the language barrier. Achilles, don't feel bad, bro. You need to get... You got to wake up at 6. I'm assuming it's later for you than it is for me. I should have gone already, to be honest. So, I feel you, brother. Don't worry. Have a good sleep and I hope work isn't too bad for you tomorrow. Yeah, new chip has replaced All Out Attack, BB UK 1999. So, yeah. Ryan Seacham, I've been looking for something like that. I've not done it myself because I don't really have time to go that far into compiling data. But value of players, which is an important thing in FPL. For instance, Joshua King last season scored almost the same points as midfielders twice his price. Maybe not twice his price. But you'd have been better off having King and getting in someone really good. So definitely think about value of the player at the price they're coming in at. That will help you immensely in Fantasy Premier League. How could you share it with me? You can share it on Twitter. If you message me on Twitter, I can follow you back and you can send it to me in a DM. There's an email as well on my YouTube page if you go to the About Me bit. Have I caught up with the chat? Awesome. Pep Guardiola. Pep, don't be trying to copy my team. Don't be trying to sign these players because I know you rotate too much. And if you rotate the players I've picked, that messes me up. Good night, guys. When's the next stream? I might stream on Friday. I am getting a bit addicted to the streams, it seems. So Friday, maybe 8:30, 9 o'clock will be the stream then. That's it, Owen Bowles. Share everyone's Twitter. Yeah, let's follow everyone on Twitter. I won't be able to do it right now, but if you message me and say I was in your stream and I recognise your Twitter handle, I will follow you back. Invalid league code. Why is it saying invalid league code? That is annoying. Is there any way I can put an invite link in the chat? Because I want you guys in my league. I'm going to post it in the chat again. Lukaku or Kane. I'd go Lukaku just because of the price difference and the fixtures at the beginning. But we will look back at my team in a sec. And yes, Pep. Alright, I will now show you my team, Pep, because you bigged up Nicolondo. So everyone, again, go check out, and I apologise if I'm butchering this, Nicolondo. Go check out his channel, subscribe to him, get his sub count up. If we could get it over 50 today, that would be immense. Well done, PJ. If people aren't putting the hyphen in, that's what you need to do. Aki is a bargain. I want to see where he plays first, Ismail. Ayush, go for it. If it gets me to follow you back, go for it. Unfollow, follow again. Do what you need to do, my friend. Chaos. Again, send me. I think I followed you on Twitter recently. DM me and I'll send you the link. I think I can send links in Twitter, so I'll send you a Twitter link, which should take you straight to the page to join. No one, Nicolon Duto. I say your name wrong, so I should at least give you some subscribers. So, mate, trust me, I will help out anyone making content as much as absolutely possible. Huddersfield going to win the league, boss. Give him some of your players then, Pep, and they might. Anyway, quick break. I am just going to... Basically, you know that intro I've done recently? That is basically telling you guys that I'm about to come back. So we'll put it onto the about to go live banner, and I will be back in a second, although I really should go bed. But we're having too much fun, boys. I might stay until 11. So, catch you guys in a second.
Our backs against the wall. It seems impossible, but there's nobody else I want by my side to stand in with me to take this fight through the rise and fall. With our fearless hearts, we could beat the odds, and we could live for 1,000 years. We could be legends. If we all go down, if our time is now, we could let everyone know we were here. We could be legends.
We can live forever.
What's up, guys? JNO here, and welcome to the first in the Fantasy Football Fantasy Premier League series.
Our backs against the wall. It seems impossible, but there's nobody else I want by my side to stand in with me to take this fight through the rise and fall. With our fearless hearts, we could beat the odds, and we could live for 1,000 years. We could be legends. If we all go down, if our time is now, we could let everyone know we were here. We could be legends.
We can live forever.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, there's no ladies in because Nim3 is not here today. So, before we get back into the FPL Today chat, there is my league code. I've not even got it on the right screen. There we go. That is my league code. So there it is for everyone. If I unhighlight it, because I've just copied it to put in the chat. But it's 812 hyphen 441. And we'll have a cheeky look at our sub count. We've gone up 2. And where is the boy? Let's have a look what kind of impact we may have had on Nicolondo's channel. I know I'm saying your name wrong, I apologise, brother. That often happens when... No, this isn't meant to be any offence, but when the channel is smaller, sometimes it is harder to find yourself on Social Blade. Alright, we're up to 24. Come on, boys, if you've not subscribed to his channel yet, we want to get that at least above 30 before we finish this live stream. Oi! Who's unsubscribed? Which one of you's done it? Someone just wants to see their name in the on the main screen again, don't they? At least I hope that's the reason for it. Oh yes, Falor, that seems like an actual quality idea. So let's go back this way. I reckon this is how we'll end it, because I've been on 1 hour 31 minutes now, and people are dropping off now. Although, hello, Massiedge Rawback, who has just joined the FPL Today family. Thank you so much for joining, which should bump up our subscriber numbers. So thank you so much for joining. Are we back up? Oh, look at that. We're just soaring. We're soaring, flying. Okay, I've just lost subscribers by singing. Pick for Bargain Player of the Year. Junior Stanislas is my shout. If he gets game time, I think he could be the one. But we're just going to go through the league. So we're going to have a look and see who is in my league and what their names are. I've been really boring, but I just want you guys to know who I am. So I've just called myself FPL Today. And there you go, that's my real name, Jonathan Parr. That's my government. But, you know, D-Pole, I might change it. Alright, so we've got Big Head FC. How many people we actually got? Not loads. I thought I saw Charlie Morley there for a second. I was like, wow. Alright, so who have we got? Any names that are jumping out to me? Sporting Jimbo FC. Blessing Arolo, FPL Mastery. Better get a good ranking with that name. We've got Ryan Seacham there. Zeno Sama. How'd you get all that cool stuff in there? I didn't know you could add stuff. It's too late for me now, though, isn't it? Owen Bowles, Bowlesy FC. This is what we can do in the chat as well, in the streams when the season starts. We can have a look at where people are. How they're doing and have a look at their teams. Marcus Pentland, Chicken Masala. Quality name. I do like a bit of a chicken masala. We've got Daraj, massive supporter of the channel. Klopp is ticking, great name. We've got Mr. Kurtyoy FC there. Ollie Plays, that's another guy. If you like Football Manager content, go check out Ollie Plays. He supported the channel a while back, doing a video for me when I lost my voice because I talked too much. Ayush Falor, I love Ren Your Main. That's a good one, Ayush. I like that one. Charlie Mooley. Okay, I thought that was Charlie Morley, the YouTuber. I was like, wow. Jonathan Chung, JC Swoosh. What else we got here? Stokalona. Harvey Roach, Game of Jones. Like it. Direwolves FC. Got some Game of Thrones names in here. Nicholas London. If you haven't subscribed yet, go subscribe. Nicholas FC. We expect to see you near the top. If you're going to be doing FPL YouTube content, you need to back it up like I did when I begun. No comment. Oi, who keeps subscribing and unsubscribing? Stop it. I'm probably just trying to see your name again. Alright, let's get back to the chat and let's wrap this up, because we've been on for a while now. Chaos, I may not do it before I go to bed, but I promise you I will send you the link to the league. What rank would you like to be at the end of the year? I want to be in the top 10k. That's my goal. That's my target. We did get a new subscriber in the chat, Kez1308. Welcome to the FPL Today family, my friend. League code, we'll try and put that back in the chat. So apologies if you're not going to see what I'm doing, but I'm just going to put the link in the chat again. And I might quickly, before I forget, try and send Chaos the invite. Okay, Chaos, because it's quicker, I've tweeted it, so you should see it on my Twitter. But for those that can just copy and paste it, there it is in the chat as well. I don't know, I think it's just better if I have FPL Today as my name so everyone can see me nice and clearly. So if you're beating me, you can rub it in the streams. I might add some symbols though. Nothing to lose, I like that name. Alright guys, so as I've caught up with the chat and we are almost at 1 hour 40 minutes, I'm going to call it here for the evening because I should be in bed. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to this stream. Great support as always. Before we go, I am going to check Nicolondo HD. I want to see that subscriber count up. It may not show yet though. It may bump up in a bit. It's up to 25. So if you haven't, when the stream ends, go and subscribe to his channel. Check this out, 30 days of FPL. A bit of promotion for you there, my friend. And you know what? Is a like as well. So there you go. Go check out his channel. Go subscribe. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, as always. I will catch you guys in the next stream. Hopefully it's going to be Friday night. So again, I may not do a 3-hour one like the first one. It may be a bit more like this. But definitely make sure to be here around 8:39. I will do the same thing where I put up my banner for a bit before I go live so everyone knows when it is coming. Thank you guys so much. Thank you Ryan, thank you Jonathan, thank you Ayush, thank you Evan J. Fox, Chaos, Zach Dalton, everyone that has joined and subscribed today. Thank you so much. We will keep going strong throughout the whole preseason and the season. I'm enjoying this streaming stuff. Go check out all the links in the description down below. I'm sure you're all subscribed by now. That is the end of the show and I will catch you on Friday.